What's going on, everybody? Oh boy, what a week. This has been a week, and this coming week might even be bigger. We got Lucy's grad party on Sunday. We've got the For Collectors live stream. I'm going to be on the For Collectors live stream on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, with three guys that I could not like more. Theo, Clemente Collector, will be the host, along with Chris from Missouri and Ray from Philly. I love all three of these guys. Will I still love Chris after the episode? To be determined. We will be ranking the top sets, our opinions for the top sets and top cards from the 1950s for tops. That's going to be a lot of fun. That is Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check that out, please. Then on Tuesday, I've got MidLife Live, episode number 6. And at the end of this episode today, I will be sharing my panel, and it is a big one. It is a fantastic panel. It is going to be really, really fun. So Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Check us out. MidLife Live number 6. We're going to be talking about a wide variety of topics, and you'll understand what I mean when you see this panel. Now, I am going to continue to beat a drum. I'm going to continue to talk about how eye appeal is continuing to gain steam. A week or two ago, I did a video, an episode where I talked about some recent sales and how eye appeal cards sold for way more than non-eye appeal cards. And I'm going to continue to talk about this, and I'm going to continue to share examples when they present themselves in front of me. So, in the last week or so, there were 2 sales that I came across. One was shared to me from my buddy Mookie Chilson, and it is a 1949 Bowman Jackie Robinson. A beautiful card in a PSA 1.5. This card sold for $6,100 in an auction. Not a buy it now, in an auction. Now, our buddy TJ is online. I'm in a Discord group with some people, and in his examination, it looks like there might be a pinhole, which is the reason it received the 1.5, but it sold for $6,100, and it was a PSA 1.5. Now, you say, Greg, who cares? Get to the point. Here you go again. That's about double recent comps. That's about twice as much of what PSA 1.5 1949 Jackie Robinson cards go for. Double. Why is it double? Because of the high eye appeal. Now, every time I talk about this, somebody says, this is nothing new. We've been talking about, there are some of us that have been talking about eye appeal for a long, long time. Well, good for you. Some people haven't been talking about it for a long time. Some people have been relying on the grading companies for a really long time. And this is a new phenomenon at the prices that they're currently selling for. Now, I want to show you, I agree, I have been an eye appeal guy for a long time too. And to prove it, I want to show you 4 of my big cards from my childhood. These are actually cards from my own collection that I bought, 35 plus years ago, to prove that I too have always been an eye appeal guy. Check out this quick little clip, and then I want to come back and keep talking about this. Check this out. So these are cards from my childhood collection. How about my 84 Fleer Update Roger Clemens? High eye appeal, right? Now, again,
I got this card when I was about 10. I've told the story, and I'll tell it again at some point. High eye appeal, centered, good color, no major issues. How about my 85 Donruss Roger Clemens? Now, these were my big 4 cards as a kid. Not perfectly centered, but pretty close. You can kind of see how I had it in a screw down and has a little bit of paper loss on the corners there. Now, it wasn't the case then. I mean, what is that? Maybe centering 4753 or something with really nice corners? How about my Topps one? What, maybe 4555? It was important to me that these were centered. It was important to me that these looked good. Eye appeal's not new. Now, side-to-side centering, fantastic. Corners, fantastic on this 85 Fleer. Little off top to bottom centering, which didn't ever really bother me before.
So those are cards from my collection that I bought when I was 10 to 12. And are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. But they have pretty good eye appeal. I am not trying to suggest that eye appeal is a new thing. Of course people have always wanted to buy nice looking cards. Of course there are some people who always put a premium on centering. There's no doubt about that. The thing that's different now, the thing that is unique from how things used to be, is how cards are selling in the same grade for significantly more when they have high eye appeal. There are people that have always preferred high eye appeal. Centering, color, no creases through the face, all that kind of stuff. But cards weren't selling for double or triple what the same grade was. That's the thing that is the shift. Here's another example. A T206 Ed Walsh. This is a card that's been on my want list for a while. And this card, historically, if you look at the comps, sells in the $300 to $350 range. And this one sold for over $650. It sold for over $650, and the comps are usually around $325 in a 2 grade. All of these are 2 grades. But this one sold for twice what the same grade has historically sold for. Greg, you've talked about this. Let it go. I'm not going to let this go. If you don't want to hear me talk, you can fast forward. You can keep scrolling. You can unsubscribe. But this is important for collectors. It's important for collectors to continue to be reminded of shifts in how people are collecting, because the future market is dependent on the current market. The window for buying high eye appeal cards in the normal comp range for that grade is closing. It is closing because this is what's starting to happen. That's important in my opinion. Now, that was a side note. The main point of this video is 2 things. Number 1, I want to show you my pickups from the month of May. Here we are, start of June, new month, and I want to look back at what I bought. Now, I didn't buy a ton, but I did buy some stuff. I bought 2 cards that I've been looking for a very long time, multiple years each, and I bought something that I just couldn't pass up for the price. That is not something that I would have thought I would have bought last month. So, I'm going to show you those items. I also got a gift that I'm going to include in this one for a very particular reason. So let's take a look at my pickups. But remember also, every single time I have a pickup video, it is a video in which I open submissions for the MidLife Community Show and Tell. So if you have a card that you picked up during the month of May that you want included in the MidLife Community Show and Tell here in a couple of weeks. The window will be open for about 9 days. Down below in the description, there is going to be a link to a Google form that will ask you to upload your picture and give your name, your email address. Why do I need your name and email address? Because our friends over at the Penny Sleever, Isaac donates every month, donates 4 $25 gift cards to winners of the wheel spin. And if you are not buying your supplies from your hobby supplies from the Penny Sleever, thepennysleever.com has genuinely good stuff. I know everybody thinks that I am receiving payment from the Penny Sleever. I don't receive any payment from the Penny Sleever. The Penny Sleever does supply 4 free gift cards, but I do not receive income from the Penny Sleever. I share the Penny Sleever because they are truly great hobby supplies. In fact, just a few minutes ago, I busted out a brand new One Touch, which was a Penny Sleever One Touch, and a magnetic case protector, which was a Penny Sleever supply, which I bought with my own money because they're good stuff. There is a promo code, which I don't talk about that much. And the reason I don't talk about the promo code is if I talk about a promo code, you think that I'm advertising for a company. I don't get money. I don't get kickbacks for you using this code. So do it if you want. Don't if you want. It doesn't affect me at all. But if you haven't used the Penny Sleever and you are a new purchaser, a new client, a new account to the Penny Sleever, you can receive 10% off your first order. MidLife25 is the promo code. Again, don't do it because I'm going to get a kickback, because I don't. I throw that out there because it could benefit you. But if you submit a card for the community show and tell, you are automatically entered to win one of those gift cards. So, with that said, I've talked long enough. There's going to be comments down below that says, oh, he didn't even start showing his cards until the 14-minute mark or something. Great. There's a fast forward button. My pickups for the month. But remember, after my pickups, I'm going to unveil Tuesday's panel for MidLife Live number 6. You'll want to check that out. All right, my pickups. Finally, my pickups here.
Now, this first item is an official scorecard from the Buick Challenge Golf Tournament of Mr. Tom Watson. Now, probably wasn't his best day ever. He shot a 76, but he signed it. You can see the sticker on there with his start time, the date back in 1998. That is something I couldn't pass up. Now you can see on the back again, this is the scorecard that his playing partner kept of his score, which his playing partner and then he himself, Mr. Tom Watson, had to sign because this was his scorecard. I was stunned at the price that was accepted on the offer that I made. And the asking was much higher, but I offered $100. And they took it. $100. On the same day that this arrived in the mail, my TTM to Tom Watson, which I probably sent 8 months ago, came. Now, Tom Watson is a hit or miss TTMer. Sometimes you get it back, sometimes you don't. It came back this time, even though I sent it, I don't know, back in maybe November. And it came back the same day that this scorecard showed up in the mail, which is beyond ironic. So this is an 81 Donruss Tom Watson autographed next to his official scorecard from the Buick Challenge. Pretty cool. Now, I was down to 3 cards in my Allen and Ginter Pirates of the Spanish Main set, and the only big card left was the Anne Bonny. Now, this is one of the few female pirates of all time, and because of that, this card fetches a little bit of a premium. And this ungraded copy hit eBay, and I watched it and watched it and watched it and almost bought it and almost bought it and almost bought it. And then the seller sent me an offer, and I ended up pulling the trigger and purchased it. I paid, I think, $280 plus tax. So that brought me down to 2 more pirate cards. And then my friend David, you've seen on the For Collectors channel on Trade Night. He was on a show the other day showing some cards that every collection should have. He's a great guy. I met him in person at Strongsville. Out of nowhere, sent this to me in the mail. He is also building the set. And it is one of the 2 that I had remaining. So going into the month, I had 3 I needed. I got the Anne Bonny. And then my buddy David sent me this one. And now I only need 1 more to complete the set. My friend David, thank you. You are a true gentleman. My next pickup for the month. I've been looking for a 48 Bowman Sammy Baugh for probably 2 years. They're so hard to find centered. This card is like the Ozzie Smith rookie card or the Bob Gibson rookie card. And this one is really well centered. It's a super clean card. I've been hunting for this card for so long, and it came up on eBay. And I didn't want to spend much money before the National, but I could not help myself on a couple of items. So I got myself a Sammy Baugh rookie card, which I'm thrilled about. To me, that 4 to 5 grade is kind of the sweet spot for cards in the late 40s, early 50s, if you can afford them. So this card, I think, was $300 plus tax, something like that. What I thought was a great deal. So this rounds out my Sammy Baugh collection. So here is my 48-leaf Sammy Baugh. There is a 49-leaf Sammy Baugh. Same image, though. So I don't really feel like I need 2 cards with the same image. This was a gift to myself from my good friend Tony, Southern Collector 14. He sent this to me a few months back. So I now have the 48 Bowman, and I have the 48 Leaf Sammy Baughs. Again, I don't really feel like I need a 49 Leaf, but just because you wouldn't know the difference looking side by side. The numbers are different on the back. And then the 50 Bowman Sammy Baugh. I got this at the 2024 Strongsville show. Had a couple of my buddies standing next to me as I bought this. Don and Orlando. This card has the best registration of any 1950 Bowman card I've ever seen in my life. You can see the wrinkles in his eyes. And that was a cool pickup from the 2024 Strongsville show. So I have the 248 cards. I have the 1950 Bowman card. I also, at the 2024 Strongsville show, got this guy. This is the... No, I didn't. This one I take that back. This I got about 6 months ago. I think it was an eBay or an auction house deal. This is the 51 Bowman Sammy Baugh, which I think this is gorgeous. Again, that 4 to 5 range on cards like this, I think, are Great if you could find them centered. So I have the 248s. I have the 50 Bowman, the 51 Bowman, and then this one I got at the Strongsville show. This is the 52 Bowman. And there is a large version and a small version of this card. This is the small. They are the same image. So again, I don't really feel like I need to get the big image of the same image. So I consider my 52 Bowman to be set with this one. And so that is a fantastic card. And then I was gifted this card ungraded. And just so it matched with the rest of my Sammy Baugh collection, I sent it into PSA. I thought I was going to get like a 4. It got a 5, if that's your thing. Awesome card. So this is the 55 All-American set, which is an absolutely awesome vintage football card set. If you're not familiar with it, it is amazing. It's an amazing set. So that kind of finished out my Sammy Baugh run when I picked up the 48 Bowman. So this guy right here, I kind of feel like all the Sammy Baugh cards that I have been wanting, I now have. And with that, let's take a look at the panel for MidLife Live number 6.
MidLife Live number 6 will not disappoint. We've got 3 awesome guests, starting with John Keating. Oh my.
John Keating, how are you, man?
Good, dude. I'm done with technical stuff. When you have a Ferrari in the garage, you're not going to stop and look at the Volkswagen Jetta in the driveway, dude. I just wanted to go back to crayons and unlined paper. Really quick here, you may not know this, but I'm probably the most emotional person you know, but I will try to be unemotional. I have some wires crossed in my head. You may know, everybody who knows me knows that. You might want to have your father's head checked. I learn differently, therefore I record things differently. You know, as consumers, there's so much going against us. It's amazing that we are able to get up and put our pants on every day with all the forces against us. As I crossed milestones, I would go on the old eBay and give myself a little treat. Everybody's spooning up in the boxes. I love it. And I don't need to meet, semi-washed up professional baseball players. There's so many cards out there. It's like going to Kohl's with my wife. I don't like going to Kohl's with my wife because she has to touch everything.
So who pairs well with an A-lister like him? Well, how about baseball collector Mike Moynihan?
Yo, Norbert, Mike here, baseball collector. It's a new week. Here we go. Today is, what is today? Happy Monday to everybody. Let me look. May 29th. Happy Thursday, and it is the day after the Super Bowl. I guess I should say congratulations to all of you Eagles fans. I didn't really care who won the game as long as it wasn't the Eagles. And I told you guys I was having a pretty cool hobby week. And today was the cherry on top, I guess? It's day 1 of the Strongsville show. It is cold here in the Cleveland area. Whoever you are, the one guy who did not vote for Ichiro, you are an absolute idiot. Haters gonna hate. Your BBWA membership should be revoked. There's Norman walking around. Maybe put you on a special island for people that have no common sense.
But I'm just more open-minded, I guess.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
First of all, somebody needs to do a proof of life welfare check on Peter Steinberg, because he has completely disappeared from the public view of the hobby.
If it happened to be the same guy that didn't vote for Jeter, it wouldn't shock me, because there are just those people out there that are so dumb that we just can't, we can't let anybody get 100. If Ruth and Cobb and all them didn't get 100, nobody should today, and I'm going to be the one guy that holds out to make sure. It is just so dumb to me, I can't even tell you.
So who is the perfect person to round out this group? One of my favorite channels, Joe at Silver Jackify. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? So, day one for me, Giancarlo being fantastic, and then Juan Soto leaving for the money. Just a warning for all of you, really bad. Wow, that was really bad. Cohen clearly showed that he's willing to overpay for what he wants to build for his team. So terrible, absolutely terrible. Finally finished paying off the 33 Gaudi Ruth that I owed, all that money to baseball collectors. There's Mike with his top shirt. But that's not going to stop me. So anyway, this list is going to be just based on like purely eye appeal. But needless to say, don't have a lot left. But I have enough to have a good time. I gotta tell you guys, I live in New Jersey, and you gotta love living in New Jersey. Backed by popular demand. And it just took me about 10 minutes. I swear, it took me 10 minutes to get my car out of the driveway. Why would that be a phone? Ludicrous. Yeah, I'm speechless. Everyone's giving really, their advice. I don't know how much they know about collecting, but they seem to know what they're talking about. Here's what you should buy, here's what you should sell, and so on.
Next year I'm going to become an octogenarian.
What? What's an octogenarian?
Somebody in their 80s.
Oh, gotcha. And I'll give them a pass for 2020. If you made recommendations, if you're a sports card investor channel and you made some bad recommendations, that's fine.
Starting off with some fire. Fire? A conflagration.
They keep pumping modern cards. They keep talking about the same cards over and over and over again. And I will talk to you later. Peace. Bye.
To say I'm excited is a massive understatement. This is going to be one of the best MidLife Live episodes yet. An awesome panel and a lot of fun.